This is going to be fantastic. How is everyone doing today? Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Mighty Vicious, here with Jamie James, the Essential.
Hello.
And then we got Piece of Craft,
That's
a.k.a.
me.
Pock, a.k.a. Peace. Let's get it.
AKA Craft.
AKA piece of craft.
Piece of craft.
Everything.
Craft.
Everything.
Yes. Wholesome.
Mhm.
Right? Is it wholesome?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
be wholesome today. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of already titled that we weren't going to be wholesome.
I know.
I know.
It's
I think we
it's
should
gonna
have-
go bad quick. Don't
I
worry.
think we
Okay.
should have put a disclaimer on before this episode that this
Yeah.
is going to be completely different than last week's episode.
I mean,
If you're
he
a
did
child,
give
look
that-
away.
Oh, no. All right. Well, let's get going. As I've stated, I've already given our introductions. I'm glad to see everybody in chat and some heavy hitters because I am not one personally. And Pac. I'm gonna call him Pac. All right. This is just for me.
all right.
But Pac, tell me a little about you and dreams. Where did you start? Where did you begin? Ride me through your origin story.
Well, when they announced Dreams, I was super excited about it. But then I saw that it wasn't coming out for a while. So I was just stuck with Little Big Planet, kind of. And I was actually part of the alpha, or not the alpha, the beta, and the early access. So I had a lot of time with Dreams, even though like I was working and stuff. So those first 2 weeks of the beta was actually just me getting the controls down and everything. And then after that was the early access, and that's when I really started like making things, like making puppets and animations, and that's strictly what I stuck to, was making animations. And that's usually what people know me for, is my animations and my puppet stuff. But I'm trying to break out more. I'm trying to do more sculpting. I'm trying to do like actual levels. You saw Button Man, how shitty that was. But yeah, you saw Button Man. But that's pretty much what I'm doing now, is just making what I can and helping out where I can.
All right.
Awesome.
So let me ask you, because one of the things that I like, you made a video of like all the stuff that you had done in Little Big Planet, and is like, and everyone knows you're part of certain creations going on in the Dreams universe right now. Like, did you meet a lot of the people that you work with now when you were in Little Big Planet?
Actually, 0 of them.
Zero.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
none
that's
of the people I'm
surprising.
working with are from my Little Big Planet days. The people that played Little Big Planet, either they got, like, they're around my age, right? So they're either doing a full career, or they just gave up on it because they couldn't get the controls down for Dreams. Like, I had 2 people that were making music in Little Big Planet that decided not to switch over to Dreams for some reason. It's really weird. Yeah.
So what got you started? Like, being that you've been with Media Molecule, as in you've basically grown up in the age of Little Big Planet and Dreams, what, like, is that something you're looking to do, like game development or animation? Is that what you're looking to do with life, or is this like a side hustle for you?
It was a side hustle, but then now I'm looking at it a little more serious, because it's obviously something I really enjoy, and I couldn't really get that kind of enjoyment out of my regular job. So that's why I quit it recently. Because I was, this is actually a job reveal. No one knew what I was working as, but I was a drafting engineer. So I would take blueprints of buildings and stuff. It was like, I was a drafting engineer for a mining place. So I would take blueprints of like mill buildings and conveyor belts and stuff, and just check them, make sure they're up to the safety standards for the new site. And we'd had to pretty much rebuild them in CAD before we started rebuilding over at the site. So
Yikes.
yeah, it was not fun. It was boring.
So one of the videos that I like the most from your YouTube, shout out to his YouTube, same name, Piece of Craft, was a video that you put together basically as like a fan, just like a fan video for Dreams, highlighting work that I guess stood out to you. And it was a really well done video. So I just really wanted to point point to that for people as they're seeing it on screen now from chat. I really liked the whole tone of this video, the way you edited it. All of it was awesome. So
that wasn't anything that I recorded too. That was just taken from other people's like videos. So I'm probably gonna go back and do another one with stuff that like I personally record, because although they look great, there is a lot of stuff missing in there that I would like to showcase. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Well then, let's go back to the three-way. So
The three-way. Yes.
For those
my favorite.
For those listening in the podcast version of this, it just means that I'm showing now a screen that all three of us can be seen. Well, two of us and the emblem, because Kraft isn't ready to put his luscious locks on camera just yet.
He's just a little shy.
We would get too many viewers, and people would like accuse us of cheating. So I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jamie James, I know you have tons of questions, so I'm gonna open up the floor to you.
I do. All right, I've just got to go straight in with it. Infernal Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
My God, when I saw that trailer on Dreamscom, it just blew my mind. That looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, honestly.
So my first question is that trailer just a proof of concept, or have you been developing this game for a while?
We've been talking about it, because we're taking. So if you played the Invocation on Dreams, pretty much that rig for that character is, or that character rig for the first person rig there. That's going to be what we use for Infernal Crucible. So we're kind of building after we make Invocation, everything from that we're learning. We're putting into Infernal Crucible, but this time we're going to do like combat and kind of stuff like that. So the basis of it is that you're going to be fighting the 7 deadly sins personified as demons. And we're going to release each demon as its own kind of dream. So each demon gets dropped as a dream, but you have to defeat the demon, and depending on what you do to defeat them, like you'll get kind of like a piece of the demon or something they drop, and that's going to unlock the next demon. So that way we know that people are actually playing it. So you just get to pick and choose. You have to go through the entire thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait to do awesome. It, but unfortunately we aren't working on that right now. We're just working on Invocation VR.
And this is the thing, like, you're involved in so many projects, Infernal Crucible, you're doing the Grid and a load of other games. I mean, how do you find the time to multitask between all these massive titles that you're planning to release in Dreams?
Well, that's why I do it, because if I just focused on one thing, I would get bored with it and then move on. But having all these different options gives me like, okay, I don't want to work on horror today. I can work on a platformer, or I can work on animations. I can work on this. So this way, even though like I'm spread out, it's actually better for me, because if I were to focus solely on one thing, I would get over it really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take notes, Jamie.
Yeah.
Take them notes.
Listen,
yeah, I mean,
we could not multitask any more projects than we're doing at the moment.
Because like I'm actively working on 3 at a time, but I have 9 total that I can go to. So like I'll just go in and sculpt something for like one of the 9, and then the active 3 is where I'm putting most of my focus right now, which is the 4 Seasons, the Avatar game, in the Invocation update, and Button Man currently. So those are the top 3 right now, and then I have some fallbacks that I can go to, like the Gravity Falls and the Iron Giant VR experience that I'm working on. So there's a lot to do.
So what you're saying is that you're open for commissions.
No. I think I got enough right now.
Are you sure, though? You don't need a 10th project? I feel like that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, you need to round it off now.
Me and Elka have been talking about a kart racer, but I don't know if we're going to do it or not. We've been saying we want to do one really bad, but I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So can we expect any games from you this year, or are you sort of looking at everything coming 2021?
Yeah, so Button Man should be out, and then so should Invocation VR. Those 2 are definitely going to be out this year. So
cool.
You have those 2 to look forward to.
So
after that, I'm not sure what I'm going to go for.
Well, I've also been notified by the by the chat to let you know that Lady Lobster is sexier than Craft Cycle.
Oh
So-
yes, she is.
Okay,
Lady
all
Lobster.
right.
We all simped for her. We all know.
Okay. All right.
The
all
queen
right.
of the
Just-
sea.
I feel like there's something going on with that I need to know more information about. If
Do
you
you
want
not? You don't know about Lady Lobster?
I do not know about
All right,
Lady Lobster. Do
interview
you know
over.
about?
I'm
Hold
just
on,
kidding.
dude. Hold on, Jamie. Do you know about Lady Lobster?
I'm just gonna stay quiet over
I
here.
accidentally unplugged my headphones. Hold on. What's up?
Well,
interview over. I got enraged.
no.
Yeah.
Lady Lobster.
Yeah. How do you not know? She's popping up in chat right now. Look at her.
I know,
Well-
I must admit I'm not familiar with Lady Lobster either.
Oh my god.
So you'll have to enlighten us.
Fake
I've-
fans.
Fake fans.
Just kidding. But she's Laggy Lobster. He's actually in chat right now. He told me if I could sculpt him a girlfriend, and I did not expect it to be such a beautiful creation that has taken over my channel.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I actually tweeted out something from Gravity Falls where this girl's like, or they ask her, "How did it go?" And then she goes, "I don't know. I got a lobster now." I'm like, and that's pretty much what happened to me. Like, I have no idea where it came out of, but I fucking love it.
All right. Well, as Eddie pointed out, he says that I know nothing and I'm new to all this. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm so enthralled with all the people that I meet through the podcast, because
Yeah.
for me, I was just closed off gamer. Like, I didn't really, like, I was starting life in adulthood when Little
Yeah.
Big Planet came out. So, you know, I didn't really
Oh.
get to join that community. I didn't get to really get involved. I loved the game and I loved the
Yeah.
idea of it, but I never really got to experience it. And then the same with Dreams, as I've pointed out before in other episodes. Like, yeah, I saw it when they first unveiled it and announced it, and I was like, that's going to be the second coming of the Christ one. And
Yeah.
then it just then life happened, and it just fell off my radar until a week after it was released. And so all these communities from, as you were saying, the Alpha, Beta, and Omega, they all,
Yeah.
like, you know, I missed all of that. And so I'm finding and learning, like, everyone now through this podcast, and also getting more familiar with Dreams as a whole. I mean, I've gone to a lot of the people that's in this chat. I've been in your streams. I may not always
Yeah.
be able to speak, but I've been
Yeah.
there, and I'm looking, and I'm sitting there learning as fast as I can about everything. But I did not know about that. So
The Lady
Anyway.
Lobster?
I did not know about the Lady
Wow.
Lobster. I've been to 3 of your streams.
Yeah, that's crazy because she shows up every time.
Yeah, yeah,
People redeem points for her all the time.
yeah. I don't know what happened, but anyway, let's continue with the interview. Jamie, keep going, because you're pulling out all the good info.
Yeah.
All right. So the next game I'd love to know a little bit more about is the Grid.
Yes.
The Grid VR that you're working on with Elka.
Oh my God.
That also, I mean, you don't really get a lot from the trailer. It's very much just a reveal trailer, but
Yeah, as a teaser trailer for what we have in mind. But
it's self-explanatory in the way it's basically Tron, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you know, you're on those light races, but I assume that's the vibe you're going for. You're going to be riding these lights bike things or whatever they're called in Tron.
yeah, and it's gonna be like a game made for VR. So if you don't have VR, unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to experience it because it's gonna
Sorry,
be
Will.
yeah, it's gonna
I'll
be
have it
not
eventually.
only it's not only the Tron cycles, but it's also like the light disc game and stuff like that. So it's gonna be
Okay, you're doing all of them.
yeah. So it's kind of like an arena thing. So there's not really
Ooh.
a story or anything. It's just gonna be kind of like a multiplayer kind of game where you're in VR. So
Okay.
actually,
And I
there's a
think
game
that-
called Spark. I don't know if you've played that
Yes,
in VR.
yes, I have.
Yeah, so
very
that's
similar.
actually
Mm.
inspiring the light disc game. So
Okay. Now you see, I think that would look really good in Dreams because Dreams, the lighting in Dreams, especially like neon and stuff like that, works extremely well.
yeah,
Like I don't know what it is about it, but it just seems to work so good, especially like neon.
yeah. I was
There's
honestly
something about it.
surprised. I was surprised no one like decided to make a Tron game before that, like, or at least because that was probably like 5 days of work. So, or not even 5 days. Like the editing was 5 days, but building all the assets and stuff probably took us like a day or two. Me and Elka.
Wow.
So yeah, like he built the recognizer and the Tron bike from the sequel. And I did that bike that's in the trailer, and the light trail and everything in that trailer was all me. But yeah, I'm just surprised no one went for it because it works so well with Dreams. It's like made for it.
Yeah, it really, especially now with the VR update as well. I mean, there is just no excuse for it not to exist.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of Tron.
Yeah.
And are you going to try to say like reach out to Disney, see if you can, finally make a good Tron game for them?
It's Disney. That's the thing. Like Disney is so hard to like get a hold of. So I don't know. Maybe
if we make it big enough, they'll come to you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
All right. I mean, because you got to remember, I mean, they have a really low bar for video games. I mean, they let EA take Star Wars.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Seriously,
can we not go there?
I was just skipping off like The Rock, water.
No,
I know, but you'll
when
make
was
me
the last
angry.
time there was a good Tron game, too?
I mean, let's be honest. When was there a good game that Disney ever published? Let's be honest.
Okay. So
That's what I mean. This is why we don't have these conversations, because it gets me angry.
I would say, what was it? Sega Aladdin? Sega Genesis Aladdin?
The only game franchise that has a Disney name on it that I like is Kingdom Hearts, and that's purely because it's Square.
Yeah, and that's not even Disney, really. Like that's
no, it's not. They just use their asset.
Didn't they disband their games department? I thought they did, or was that just the Lucas one?
No, I think they did get rid of Disney. I thought they got rid of Disney Interactive.
I thought so too.
I think they did. And now that you bring it up, I had totally forgotten. I mean, I never paid attention to anything they put out anyway. So
because Disney's crapped the bed so hard by making games that they just gave up. Like yeah. So I'm pretty sure if we made a good Tron game, they would be pissed off that we use their thing, but then they'd take notes and then make their own game because that's the way Disney operates.
Yeah, but even then, they would still do it shit.
Yeah, I know. But, it's Disney. What can you say?
Yeah.
God, I can't believe they're charging. What are they charging? 30? Okay, we're getting off topic.
No. Seriously, they're charging for that shit on top of the subscription.
Oh my God.
Why? They can't do that. Well, they obviously can, but no.
I unleashed the dragon.
Don't do that.
I unleashed the dragon.
That's just mean.
I know.
Jamie, calm down.
Listen. I know. I'm sorry.
Jim.
But when you bring up Disney, it really hurts bad because they've taken Star Wars from me, and I know they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, let's move back to the person we're interviewing. We're gonna move back. Go back to his
keep going. I'm just just rile him up, get him talking the whole
time.
Oh my God! So, we're off of that now. Jamie,
okay.
Your next question.
I'm breathing. No, it's okay.
Give us a lip smack. Let us know you're okay. Let me see those lips.
All right.
Give us that LL Cool J.
Yeah. A little bit of that,
All right. So before this turns into the Made in Star Wars podcast,
yes,
let's talk about the main thing that obviously you and Elka are predominantly known for, which is Avatar, and how that has really sort of gone out of Dreams. I mean, I've seen posts from IGN, I've seen posts from GameSpot, and all these major publishers that are talking about it and are absolutely amazed by what you're creating. I mean, what was going through your mind when you saw like these major outlets starting to post about your game that's basically just made in Dreams?
Well, the weird thing is, like, I didn't even see any of those things. I just saw Ilka's video, and I was like, oh, somebody's already because I was actually planning to make like Aang and animate him in Dreams. But then I saw somebody was making an Avatar game. I was like, I don't want to step on this guy's toes. But then, like, I saw that he was Twitch streaming and everything, and then I raided him one day, and I was like, everybody bomb the chat and tell him that I should animate for Aang, because like I've been wanting to, but I didn't want to do it like outside of his project, because then I'd feel like everyone thinks I'm just trying to backpack on his stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't know that he was like that big in IGN stuff until after he decided to collab with me. Then I started looking at I looked into him and saw what he had, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's actually like getting a lot of news for this. I was like, I did not know that. So yeah, now I'm part of the project, and it's amazing how much like there is a need for an Avatar game, and that Nickelodeon has yet to do it. But I don't know. I really like it.
It is. And for me, it's incredible to see that these publishers appreciate Dreams and actually how good it is.
Yeah.
And that they're willing to showcase the stuff that's being made within it.
Yeah, it's on the news everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's sort of just blown up way out of proportion than what I think Elka originally imagined for the project. And now he's got sort of like you both of you have sort of this weight on your shoulders now to make sure that it's right, because so many eyes are on you now on this project.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can imagine that's quite a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, it's really fun, and honestly, it feels like talking with Elka. It just feels like a group of friends working together on something that we're passionate about. So it's not really a lot of pressure, except when like chat just tells me, "Why aren't you making Avatar stuff? Why aren't you doing this?" You know, because I have other projects that I want to work on. Like I said, it's better for me to bounce back and forth between stuff just for my it's for my sanity, pretty much. So yeah, but I really like it. I really like working with Elka and Mikey and the rest of our team, which I haven't really met yet, but yeah.
So the Avatar game, do you have an idea of how long it's going to be? Is it going to be like a full game's length? Is it going to be quite short? I mean, what sort of can you actually even say anything at the moment about it?
I'm pretty sure we're going for a full length, and we're dropping each book as its own pretty much dream.
Okay.
So kind of like what I'm doing with Invocation, where we drop a dream for each demon. We're dropping a dream for each book. So, and other than that, I can't really say too much. I think Elka said like something about like 10 to 15, I believe, hours. Yeah.
Damn.
So we're going
heavy.
big on this.
Heavy. Yeah, that's really heavy.
And that's why we're not really giving a release date, is because
oh God, no.
Yeah, because we're kind of working on it like until it's done, like until we feel like it's something worthy of releasing.
So ultimately, if a company came to you and said that, you know, let's say they wanted to give you guys like budget and everything and to like make it outside of Dreams, would that interest you, or do you feel like it's special because it's in Dreams that y'all are doing all this? Like make the game make the 4 seasons.
No, I don't. I think it would kind of lose its I don't know. I kind of like the fact that it's just in Dreams, because
I agree.
If we went to like a different platform, then people would expect a lot more. But this way, we can kind of keep it within a like indie game kind of vibe, and I kind of like having it in Dreams. So I wouldn't want to really work on a big budget game for Avatar yet. So,
but that's the whole thing with sorry, that's the whole thing with Dreams anyway. And I'm quite passionate about this, and I think Will thinks a bit different than I do on this retrospect, but that's what makes anything in Dreams special, is that the fact that it's made within Dreams on a console. I mean, that's probably why IGN and GameSpot are going on about this and sharing it, because you know they're seeing what anybody could create, you know, with Unreal or you know another engine, but the fact that it was made on a console, that's what makes it special. That's what makes it different and unique. And you know, I mean, let's just say you even did decide to take a deal and create this game outside of Dreams. I mean, do you really think the skill set that you have within Dreams would cross over to a professional engine?
Yeah, see, there's that too.
I don't think it would.
Because I'm actually really good at like picking up programs. Like I've gone through the entire Adobe suite. I've learned like three modeling programs.
Mhm.
So it's not that I don't think I'm skilled enough. I just don't see, like, it's not really something I really want to do. It's just like I really like how intuitive Dreams is, and I feel like learning that whole program just to make something that I could make in Dreams and have a lot more fun making in Dreams. I don't see the reason to do it.
I
And
can
that's
agree
the thing
with
that
that.
a lot of sorry, no, go on. Well, I'm sort of hogging the mic here.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. It's just I can understand that, and it's not necessarily that I disagree with the sentiment. It's that I can't help but wonder. But that brings me to my next question, because when I watched the NVIDIA press event earlier this week, my only thought was, oh my God, if the new GPUs and the new next gen of consoles are anywhere near this, Dreams is about to get absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
you're
know,
talking
like, yeah,
PS5 Dreams, huh? That's what you're talking about?
yeah. Because, I mean, the
here we
reason
go.
I don't have we've gone over this a little bit before, but the reason I don't have my PlayStation VR is because with the PlayStation 5 about to drop, I don't want to buy a PlayStation VR and then have them come out and be like, PlayStation VR 2 dropping with the PlayStation.
That's definitely coming. Like, you know that game Bug Snacks or whatever? I'm betting money that is a VR game. They just can't say it yet because the way like it's shot and everything, I think it's a VR game.
I don't want to get on the conversation of Bug Snacks. I have very deep comments about that game.
But if Bug Snacks allows you to get better dreams through some weird way, I mean,
would
I'm
you buy
all for it. I'm all for it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you support it?
I would buy it, but I'd never play it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It'd just be a dust collector.
Yeah, like that's the one I point to when people are like, "Is there going to be a new VR?" I'm like, "Yeah, just look at the way that trailer is shot and like the way the camera's moving and everything." I'm like, "That's going to be a VR game. It's not going to be a good one, but it's going to be a VR game."
I mean, I don't know why they bother with these type of games, especially for like release stuff. But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
So yeah, but like what? So let's get into that question that we always ask of people that come on the show. What is it that you want to see added to Dreams? Because that's kind of where I was going with the NVIDIA thing, was just like, yeah, it's going to be the AMD RDNA 2. And
what would I want? Just a larger thermo, I guess, but I don't know if they're going to do that. Like, it makes sense to, like, I don't want the game to get held back by this gen, or by PS4 console. But I feel like it's going to happen. They don't want to really divide the community, even though they're dividing it already with the PSVR. I don't feel like they're going to go another step of division and make PS5 only Dreams and then PS4 only Dreams. So
I agree.
as much as I would like to see Dreams get pushed to the limits on the PlayStation 5, I don't think we're going to see it.
Which is a shame, but it makes total sense.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe in a sequel, I don't know.
Like, would that actually separate it? Because, like, yeah, the thermal might be different, but, I mean, would that really... Like, I'm just thinking of the technology behind it. Like, if I created something, even though, like, I can still play a 4K video on my computer. It's just, like, but I only have a 1080 screen. So it's like... You know, and my computer could possibly put out 4K, but I'm not putting it out in 4K. So would there actually be that definition? Like, yeah, you might be able to use more thermo, but it's based off of what you've already uploaded, not what they can. Like, not they don't have to. I see
kind of like this going the route of LittleBIGPlanet 3, where it's a PS4 or a PS3 game that was brought to PS4. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be Dreams PS4 brought to PS5. So maybe it'll look a little bit better on your PS5, but everything that you make on PS5 will still work on PS4. So that way you don't get more thermo, you don't get anything else that's new besides visually.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's inevitable that it's going to happen, but it ain't
Yeah.
going to happen for a very long time. I think once the mass majority of users have migrated over to the PS5, then they will consider the update, and then it'll push those last few to bounce to PS5. But straight away, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I see. Like you're saying, I see that happening. Yeah.
See, I feel that the reason I'm on the outside of this topic is because I've never cared about backwards compatibility, and so I think that makes me have a different angle on this. Like for me, I wouldn't want to separate the Dreams player base. I definitely wouldn't want to do that. But part of me is like, but if Dreams PS5 could be better.
I know what you mean.
Like the devil horns start to peek out from the hairline. I'm like, but if it could be better.
Yeah,
and
none of you get to play my dream.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like you might not be able to watch my dream, but I'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, but you're also a big boy. You can drop money on a new console and a new game, but not that many people are big boys around here, So
big boys.
Yeah.
There's not too many daddy fat sacks around here.
Yeah, you got to think about the small boy.
I mean, I mean, don't. I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff, and yes, I was planning on spending a lot of money in the next couple of months, but yeah, I do. You have to look out for everyone, and everyone deserves to have the escape of dreams. And I think at the end of the day, and that's, I feel, and I'm not trying to start crap with people. Whoever's in the chat, we might have some ex boys around here, but I kind of like no. It's one of those times where it's like I feel sad. I have a friend who is artistically brilliant, but he has, like, how would I put this? He's artistically brilliant, but like between the day job and just trying to make it, he doesn't really have time for anything but games. But he refuses to play PlayStation.
What?
And he refuses to play PlayStation like it's some sort of like it's
Is that why
not
you put
even
emphasis on artistically brilliant.
Okay, funny side
has he
story.
Seen Ghost of Tsushima?
No, and that's the thing. But he always has it. But more importantly, I've been on him for probably 2 months now, where I'm just like, dude, I know you would work with Dreams. I know Dreams is what we've both been asking for it. But I'm like, but now I have it. And I can you please come play some PlayStation so you can be happy about getting your creations out there. And
That's
he's just like,
so weird.
Yeah, and he's just like, no, I'm not going to do it. But on a funny note, because you made that joke about artistic, when I was younger, I don't know if it was story time, everybody. Bring out the tea, pull up the blankets. So it's really short, though. When I was
only
younger,
20 minutes.
Yeah, no, this is like 3 max. But when I was a young kid, I don't know if it was the fact that people weren't enunciating right, but it sounded like everybody, when they would be like, "Oh, you're so artistic," they would say it would sound like they were saying you're autistic. And so I knew the word.
Yeah, I make that joke all the time. So
so I knew what the word was. Yeah, but this is like back in the day when dinosaurs roamed, and I was like 5, which I've drawn my whole life. And so I knew what autism was, and I was just like, are they? I don't know if I like doing this. I don't know if I like doing this if they're just gonna keep saying I'm autistic. And
am I autistic? You started questioning yourself.
Yeah, and so it was just. It was just something that you made me think of it when you said that, because it's just like I really thought people are like I know I'm artistic. Why do they keep calling me autistic? And I was just like,
it's funny too. Like I didn't realize I was so dyslexic until I started Twitch streaming. Like Like I got like little hints that I was dyslexic, but now like I know for sure I am dyslexic. Because reading chat, like I would read stuff wrong in chat all the time, and like I swear to God, I see the word that I say, and then they put up, oh, there it is in the chat right now, prohibited on my channel. And when they put that up, I know that I read something wrong. So I go back and the word changes on me. The word's done change.
The word's done changed.
Yeah, like I didn't realize how, like, and like it explains so much, because like throughout school I would write stuff down. I'd write down notes. I'm like, what did the teacher mean by this? And like I go ask him, and it's like, no, you're supposed to write this down. It's like, oh, I guess I spelt it wrong or something. But I didn't realize I was actually dyslexic until I started Twitch streaming.
That's super interesting. Although because I worked with a one of my last contracts that I worked on for web development was a guy who was who was dyslexic.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, who was dyslexic and like growing up in like basically like the 30s.
Yeah.
And it's a book he wrote about basically growing up being dyslexic and how he like broke free of it, kind of, and he like worked for Nixon and Reagan, and he's been in politics. It's just inspirational. So just know you could be the top. You could still get to the top, sir. Don't you?
I just gotta
read.
Get frustrated. I gotta read slower. That's the thing. Like, if I read slowly, like the words will change back to what they look like. I like O's especially. For some reason, they change into A's all the time. Like I see an O and it looks like an A. I'm like, oh, and I gotta like focus on it, and it'll change back to an A. It's really weird.
Have you ever noticed it while working in Dreams?
In Dreams, not really, because I don't have to write too much there. But
well,
like,
no, I meant like dealing with like the toggles. Like I meant 0.6, but like, is it just words or is there numbers?
No, it's just words. Numbers, I'm actually really good with. Like math was actually my best subject in school. So,
well, given what you've told us so far, I can believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jamie, I've taken over quite a bit of time here. You want to jump back in here?
That's fine. I just want to say one thing before we move on. We was talking about the PS5 and Dreams in general. I think the one thing that we will see and will benefit from with the PS5, just purely out of design and actually nothing to do with Media Molecule at all, is we should see a frame rate increase on the current Dreams that are made, just because it's being played on the PS5 with better hardware. I mean, that's what I hope, at least anyway, and I hope that they optimize it to benefit from that as well.
Yeah, and maybe some faster load times since you're on an SSD, but that's...
Well, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I can't really complain with the load times on Dreams.
I know,
think it's absolutely fascinating how quick it loads from dream to dream, but especially when like you're dream surfing.
Yeah, and like transitions will be pretty much instant in most dreams, I think. So... Brian slapping his thigh. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. I'm like, what is happening in the chat? But you know what? I love it. So keep it going.
Yeah. Craft, remember your sleep paralysis. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading chat.
I mean, is there any other games that we haven't talked about? I mean, the thing is, you're working on so many games. I tend to lose track on what you're actually working on.
Yeah, so the ones I'm working on are Button Man, Invocation, 4 Seasons, The Grid, and then game-wise is going to be Iron Giant, Shift Head, and what was the last one? Oh, the one that I can't talk about. I have a collab with Embergs that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But
okay.
And then the last thing I'm working on, which is not really a game, it's just the intro to Gravity Falls remade in Dreams. I've actually been making the models for it and everything, but that's awesome. A collab with Magma. He's in here. There he is. Talk about Gravity Falls. See, there he is. Yeah, so we're remaking the intro, and then maybe that will lead to a game. We don't know yet. But that's the 9 that I'm working on right now.
So what's your main profession then in Dreams? Is it logic? Is it animation? Is it sculpting? What's your main thing?
It's puppets. Like, I like making characters, and that includes the animations, the rigging, the logic, all that kind of stuff. So you can actually go to my profile, and I have a few that I've released, like original characters, like a little dinosaur, a kangaroo robot, like stuff like that. And I release something once I'm like, I feel like it's boring to me. Like right now I'm working on Button Man because I'm trying to break that code for Mario Galaxy logic in Dreams where you can snap to surfaces, and I'm actually really close. I just need to fix the camera rotation right now, but it's everything is working right now where you can fall off and it'll stick to whatever planet I have. So pretty
so
cool.
in 2026, when you're done with all these projects, can I like sign a thing to be like, work with Vicious now? Like,
yeah. I got people that want to do a few projects with me, but I've had to turn them down just because I have so many right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, a few of them will be quick. Like I feel like the Gravity Falls and the Iron Giant one will be pretty quick, and the Grid as well. Even though it's a game, once we build the assets out, it's like I said, we built those in like 3 days. The logic stuff, Elka's fantastic at logic. He's better than me at logic. So.
Oh man,
yeah.
I mean, just his game Glitcher. I mean, it's only in intro phases right now. I mean, I've played that about 5 or 6 times just because it's so fascinating to me how he's managed to get around all that logic and stuff.
I know.
I just don't know how he has the time. I don't know how he does it.
Well, it's his full-time thing. Like I'm so jealous because he advanced from logic, like from his first Aang build. I looked at the logic in there. I was like, oh, I can make this a lot better. And I started making it better, but then he started making it a full-time thing, and he surpassed me in logic. Like he got up to Acert level logic pretty quick. Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know how he does it.
JJ said you left her out of a statement here. Is she on the secret project?
JJ, I don't know if I'm allowed to say you're part of it, but yeah, she's part of it. Yeah, JJ's in it too.
So a burning question that I would love to delve into is now that you're working in quite a lot of projects that's very well known and there's a lot of people waiting to play them, you've got a lot of eyes on you, you've got a lot of weight and a lot of pressure. How would you feel if Media Molecule brought out a monetization program for Dreams?
Oof.
Would you want to monetize the projects that you're working on?
I don't know, because I don't know if they could do that, because that would cancel a lot of things I would be working on. Because if they'd started thinking about monetizing thing, that's going to perk a lot of ears over in different companies. You know, because I got an Iron Giant VR experience. I got a Grid VR experience. I would probably have to cancel those, because as soon as other companies see that Media Molecule is pushing for people to make money off of these things, that gives them more of an incentive to come copyright strike everything on here.
I suppose a lot of the stuff that you're working on is from obviously IPs and stuff. But I mean, let's just say for original content, I mean, would it be something that you would consider? I mean, what is your thoughts in general on monetization within the Dreams universe?
Well, I would feel like if you have Dreams, you don't have to purchase the game separately. I would maybe limit the amount of money you can make on a game made in Dreams on the PlayStation Store. So for those people that don't want to buy Dreams, they have the option to buy like certain titles, kind of like maybe like an album, you know, like you can buy the game and have all of these games, or you can buy this game for like, I don't know, like $1 if it's worth $1 or $5 or something like that. But if they do monetize it, I wouldn't push the price to like actual game prices. I don't think that would be a smart move.
The reason I ask is for me personally, you know, Dreams has got a 10-year plan, and I can't exactly see a future where there is no more money coming in, because at the end of the day, Media Molecule is a business no different than any other studio. And sure, you pay your initial $60 for the game, and then you've got access to everything. But you know, this game is going to be around for the next 10 years. Surely they must have some form of business plan for it in order for it to continue to bear fruit for them financially. So that's why I always like to bring up the question, because one way or another they've got to do something. There has to be some form of transaction of money somewhere in order for this game to continue the way it's going.
Well, I mean, they developed it for like 8 years, so yeah. So another 10 years doesn't seem like too much for them to not make money with, right?
I agree with you, but in another sense, I don't. My personal thing with Dreams is, and I will always say it, and I truly believe that it's a thing that's going to happen. I
Yeah.
think Sony initially granted Media Molecule a massive paycheck to create this because they saw an opportunity to grab hundreds of indie developers for free.
Hmm.
And I think one day it will come to a point where you can publish your games, but they are published exclusively on the PS Store and
Yeah.
everything's sort of contracted with
Oh,
Sony and
yeah.
Media Molecule. And I truly believe that's where things are
What if
going. Like,
what if this is just like the beta to that? Like,
yeah,
what if this
I
and
really
that
don't
would
think Dreams is
yeah,
anywhere close to what it's going to be.
because
Anywhere
that would
close.
give the PS5 thing more of a
Yeah.
push, you know? Because like
Well,
where you're getting Dreams 2 in quotations because it could be
but
called something else, and
okay.
that's to develop games.
I've already discussed this on the podcast before, but I'm going to
Yep.
repeat it now.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we all know that Dreams is the Bubble Bath engine. That's what runs it. That's how everything's created.
Yeah.
My conception is the Bubble Bath engine is going to be integrated into the PS5's hardware, so it's already there. And then in the future, when we have the ability to export our games to the PS Store, that's how they're going to play because the engine is pre-installed on the system.
Yeah, because I'm happy with pretty much a YouTube for games. That's what Dreams is pretty much becoming, and
Yeah.
a way where if you like content, you can subscribe to this person, and it'll give them money or something like that. But in the sense of just releasing something like now, like if I were to release Button Man for $1 on the PlayStation Store, I don't know how much money that would make, honestly. And I feel like Dreams is such a good value that people wouldn't really purchase the Button Man on the PlayStation Store. They'd just buy Dreams with the rest of the games on there. Yeah.
So it's difficult to get your head around it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, even if like it did start to get money, like you have enough stuff to where you could just change around a few things and keep what you have. Like, take the grid and change it to the graph. And just just keep going that way. Yeah,
that's a good. Write that down. Write that down.
Like the graph, and just start changing little like one letter in the name. Use the old school tricks.
I kind of like the fact that Dreams is just one-time fee, and you're able to play everything right now.
I'm sorry, what was that? I missed it.
Oh, I said that I kind of like that Dreams is a one-time fee, and then you're able to play everything in it after that. So
yeah,
but I agree with that. But I do agree with Jammy too that it's like
they need to make money.
Game, yeah, they got to make money, and I'd like to know what ways they plan to do it. Like,
you see, I think this is all part of their plan. I think just releasing the game with everything on it is just a way of testing the waters, getting the people in there. Once people are comfortable with Dreams and they're addicted to creating in there, and people are addicted to playing games within Dreams, exactly. This is the whole idea. Just put a normal price on it, release everything all in one package, and then 5 years down the line, we're going to create a business plan for it, and then everybody's already there. They've invested all these years into creating stuff, so they're not going to move, and then we've got everyone where we want them.
Yeah,
I can't see it any other way. They've got to make money.
So, what if they did like some, someone in chat, and I think one of you said that, they could release like asset packs. If they like, would you be willing to do that, or do you think they would immediately start getting hammered by people for? I guess you mentioned microtransactions in the gaming universe now, and it's immediately like shut them down. Which I mean, there'd be a lot of people to come to Media Molecule's defense. I mean, that's why we're all here. But do you think
kind of like
what they did
with LittleBIGPlanet, where they would make like in-house assets and then release them for DLC, pretty much?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much.
I don't see that happening because people can just create their own assets.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Media or with LittleBIGPlanet, you're kind of reliant on the assets they'd give you. But in this, you're able to create anything, so it's kind of harder to put a price tag on something that you could just spend a few hours making yourself.
can you spend a few hours and just make it? I mean, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can, sir. But me, I was trying to make a run cycle yesterday, and
Yeah,
I had
how'd that go?
Mr. Wushi's tutorial up in front of me, and I was like going through the steps, and I was like, and I'm gonna tell you how it went. I did not do it. I was like, I put everything up the way that I wanted, and I think I had the logic set up right, but like I don't think I had animated well enough.
You didn't have the animator's touch.
I didn't have as many keyframes as I needed to
No,
make
you don't need that many to make a good run cycle, though.
Well,
maybe you had too many. That could have been it.
Maybe. All I know is I failed. And I failed, and I'm not saying they could sell a run cycle, but if they made something like, I see people creating all types of cool stuff, and if they made something really cool logic wise that they could just be like, oh, and this puppet has all of it, I would buy that.
Now you see, logic, I could definitely see a market for. Because there isn't many people that are absolutely experts in logic, apart from Elka and Acer and all those. If they release a logic pack that had really intricate logic for a reasonable price, I would definitely buy that, because logic on its own is a whole other thing. It's like the music side of Dreams. That's a whole other thing. That could be its own thing. They could easily just release the music side of Dreams as its own package because it's so intricate, and logic is the same, and I think that would actually work quite well.
Yeah, that could work, but then again, like that would kind of takes away from people's tutorials and things like that. I don't know. It's a really weird situation where they need to make money, but in order to make money, it would be either exploiting kind of the dreamers, the people that are supporting them now, or making an entire game that I don't know. It's a tough situation.
I'm just glad I'm not the one making the decision.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad I'm not in that room.
That just made
You're gonna
me
get a
think,
call. You're
though,
hired to make the decision now.
what if we're all just marketing for them, and that they're actually planning on being a production house? As well as a developer, because when y'all were just talking, yes, because and you know what, let them use you
in a good way,
sir.
In a good way.
Let them use you. Just let them rub the oil on real sweet. So anyway, the point is
Ooh,
like
drippy, it's squishy.
Oh God, I was just so wholesome, so wholesome. No, so I was just thinking, because they did that music video, and we're seeing all these people get really big within the community. And I'm wondering if they're, if someone, maybe we're all their marketing. And so basically companies might start coming to Media Molecule to be like, hey, we want to do this video. We want to make this short film. And they can do that stuff.
I was surprised that OK Go wasn't the first one to go and make a video using the Dreams engine.
Right.
I thought they would be the first ones. I was like, okay, well, they're going to go for it. And
they specialize in turning things into that gimmick single. So yeah, most definitely. But I mean, I think that would be interesting if they had the production house side of Media Molecule and just started taking contracts from the big companies and therefore taking the cost off of players. Yeah. That would be a trade I'd make. Personally,
but just about that music video, though, to be fair, I see your point, but to be fair, that Noah Cyrus is signed to Sony Records. Sony owns PlayStation, and also they own Media Molecule.
So it's them stroking their own.
Exactly.
I don't mind stroking.
They own all. They own everything. They own the artist. They own the game. They own everything. So that's the reason why that happened the way it did. I don't think it would have happened if that artist wasn't signed with Sony. I think it was just because it was so easy to do, because they owned everything. It was like, hey, let's just mash all this together. It helps the artist and it helps the game when we kill two birds with one stone.
But even so, that's still, they still have the ability to offer that service, and that is quite the ad. Like,
Well, I mean, they're already starting to commercialize streams anyway. I mean, outside of the community itself. I mean, we've already seen people use streams as an engine to actually earn money through them.
yeah,
Martin Nebelong does this. He uses streams now as his main proprietary 3D software to actually create stuff for clients.
yeah,
But Media Molecule's actually using it themselves as well to create stuff for other companies and things. So
Yeah.
I suppose they can make money that way, where it's not involving the community of players. They're just using the engine from a business aspect outside of the community. But I still think there has to be something with going on with money with the community to really push it even further.
What if they had to do a subscription kind of thing for the sequel to Dreams? Kind of like
Well,
what they do with Adobe.
well,
can there be a sequel?
I don't think there will be a sequel. I think
No?
it will just evolve on top of what they already have.
Hmm.
I mean, you don't see a Photoshop 2. It's just Photoshop version whatever.
Yeah.
They just evolve on top of it. And I think
Well-
that's the same with Dreams. Because you have to consider it as what it is. It's not a
Yeah.
game. It's classed as a game because, yeah, it plays on a PlayStation. But it's not a game. It's a piece of software. No different than any other engine.
Yeah, I think that would turn a lot of people off too if they.
Yeah, I
Started
mean,
to
can
do
you imagine having to give
subscriptions.
$60 for a Dreams 2? I mean, it's
Yeah,
not feasible.
be crazy.
Not much, Typhus. We're just having a nice little talk, a little chit and chat.
Yeah, we're chitting, we're chatting. There's actually a part in the Noah Cyrus video that I didn't know how he did for a while, but then I saw it. Like how they're like growing out of the tree kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks like he just pulls the wall back. I think that's how he did it, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh man, I mean, there's so many things that Media Molecule do that I just
Yeah.
look at and I'm just like, how? And then I realize, you know what? You've been playing with this for 10 plus years. It's no wonder
Yeah.
you can do what you can do with it.
That's not fair.
See, that's how I feel about everybody that's been in the beta. That's exactly how I feel. Where I'm like, well,
it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks.
No, I'm talking about like the straight up like people had been playing it for like 3-4 years before it came out. Like the people who actually got to test. And
When was the beta?
Yeah, like
I was only in since early access. That's when I got into Dreams.
Let's see. When was the beta?
yeah, we can look that up. Dreams 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yes. God. Breaking
Dreams
2
2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, that's awesome.
December 19th of 2018. Is that what it is?
Wow.
See,
Or
yeah.
is that
December
2019?
2018. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's see.
A while ago.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a certain things like when the game first launched and I saw things from people, I'm just like, that is a AAA game right there. Like, how did
Yeah.
you have time in the week that we had this game to make
Well, I mean,
that
even
like
with
you had to
Little
be
Big
out?
Planet karting, like a lot, like even though that game sucked, a lot of what I made, I like built upon what I made in the beta. So like that one tropical racetrack is actually a track from my beta build. So yeah, even just the beta like makes anyone just get the tools down a little faster. Actually, do you have? Yeah.
No, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was wondering if you had any of the beta. Like, were you in the beta at all, or
I was in early access.
you were in early access? Okay, and you weren't in anything, were you, Will?
No.
Oh.
I barely exist.
And like, did you build upon anything that you made in early access in like once the full release
Nope.
came?
Nope.
No. No.
I realized very quickly that
Yeah.
I was going to be more of a player than a creator.
Oh.
I just have my ideas are just too big for my own good, and that's why at Lucid Nebula Studios I'm directing the project as opposed to
Yeah.
creating it.
Oh, okay.
I'm very good at storytelling. I'm very good at painting a picture. I know exactly what I want and how it should look like, but I do not have the ability to do it myself.
Have you tried maybe Logic or anything? Like,
I have. When
Yeah.
I got into early access, I tried to make a game called Gateway, where you would go through these doors and they would lead to other dreams. So I got really involved and thrived with how the actual mechanics of it work, like how you can connect different dreams together in different scenes, and you could have 100 scenes in a dream and then 100 dreams within a dream, and that just endlessly goes on. I just got so amazed with that. I thought, right, I want to use that and put a load of dreams within a dream. And I just got too enthralled with it, and it just got too much. And then I got addicted to just playing other people's creations. And like Will said, I saw people's stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm never going to get to this point, so I'm going to make a team instead.
Yeah. I feel like that's the smart way.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the smart way, because like that's kind of why I'm not too worried about the run cycle. It's because like I feel like if there's someone who can do it in 5 minutes, then and then I can look and at the specifics of how it was done, I'd rather have the asset and ready to go than for me to spend, days trying to get a run cycle to work right.
Yeah.
It's like I'll just find somebody that can do it.
Yeah, just hand it off to someone else.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think that, because like I said, I think that's the beautiful part of dreams. Like, it's the fact that if you can actually find people to work with, like the ability to, the scale of your project and the time it takes to complete it just starts to, well, the scale grows and the time it takes to do it diminishes. And that's a beautiful thing.
And I feel like working together has been a lot easier in dreams, even though there's no multiplayer, than Little Big Planet. Like when I was in Little Big Planet, I would ask people if they wanted to work with me, and the response was usually a no, or they're making their own thing, and like everyone was just keeping to themselves for some reason. But in dreams, like you just ask somebody like, hey, does anybody want to make a run cycle for this character? And you get like 5 messages from people that wanna help you out. Like, it's, I don't know what it is with dreams, but it just made everyone want to work together.
I think with dreams as well is there is a lot of people that specialize in a particular field within dreams, because there are so many fields. There's logic, there's sculpting, there's painting, there's run cycles and lighting and music. There's so many different elements to dreams, and I find I've met a lot of people that primarily focus on one thing or the other. I mean, sure, there are people that sort of multitask all the things, but the people that I've spoken to, they're prominent in the thing that they do, and they make that their goal, and they're great at that one thing. And I think that's why we're seeing so many teams coming out of Dreams, is because people are collecting, a group of people that are great at one individual thing. Together, they can create something amazing. I mean, that's what we've done with our studio. We've handpicked people that we know are great at one particular thing. So then when we all work together on the project, everyone knows what they've got to do, and it just creates something amazing. And I think that's why people are so collaborative within Dreams, is because we need each other to get things done.
Yeah, like I haven't found anyone that has been shot down for an idea like that.
Well, here we go. We have a guy in chat. Liam.
Okay, that's my first one.
Liam, he says, I disagree with Pac. I've had trouble getting people or trying to get people to work with me on something except through spending Twitch channel points.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Have you been to, like, the way I got started was actually Facebook. I know it's old. I haven't been there in a while. I actually deleted it.
We were exactly the same.
Yeah, and like on the there's like a Facebook fan page where if you needed help, you just type something out, like put a status, and if people were interested, they would message you all the time. So I would go that route.
Although Facebook is really old, I find that the Dreams communities on Facebook are extremely active and extremely helpful. Twitter is a great place to look at stuff that people's made on Dreams, but if you want to actually delve deep into conversation with people with Dreams, Facebook groups is the place to go. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's two. There's Dreams for PS4 group and Media Molecules Dreams for PS4 group.
I was actually part of all of those back in the day, and then like I went away from it just because I didn't want to Facebook anymore. But yeah, that's the way to go.
I'm in the process of that right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you need help, Facebook is your best bet.
Yeah. No, even the Dreams Discord isn't as active as those things.
No,
Magma said
but
Dreams
I don't know
Discord.
why. The
No.
Facebook group is just always active. There's at
Mhm.
least 30, 40 posts a day.
Typhus.
Except for when I need them. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
That was an inside joke between me and Jamie. But
Well, then
I've
make
told,
something
please,
interesting,
right.
all right?
I've
Right,
told,
please
I've,
explain. Please
no,
explain.
but I don't want to sound salty about it. I don't. I just no. It's just when I first found out about Dreams, like my whole thing is I have always gone into like doing film and wanting to do get my scripts made, and when I found out about Dreams, I was like, this is the chance to do it because I may be a big boy, but I am not a rich boy. So, I don't have the connections and was not born with the connections to just, make films.
Yeah.
Like some people have those connections and the money to do it. So like I was like, okay, well I want to make a film in Dreams. So like I started out just like straight up. I want to do an animated short film in Dreams, and I tried. I tried going to the Facebook thing, and I couldn't get anyone through multiple posts for. I
Was
would
it
say
all text posts?
No, I had pictures up of like some of the stuff I wanted to do, like
Okay.
just like the feel. Because my whole thing is I wanted to do a noir, and yeah, I just couldn't get answers. But then I came across Jamie, and he was like, I want to work on a game, and I was like, well, I guess more people want to do games in this, using Dreams, and so
Yeah.
I was like, I'll jump into that project, and maybe I'll learn more about the community, and and that's what got me here. Is that after learning about the community, even though I don't know a lot, I was like, well, I want, we both had the idea seemingly simultaneously to do a podcast. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I want a podcast to talk to these people directly because I came across so many great artists, like so many people doing great things, that this is just the community I want to be in. And, hopefully eventually I'll get to my own stuff. But for now, I'm happy where I am. For now.
And,
So,
and
did you want to make like a full length film, or what were you trying to do?
I wanted to start with shorts because the way I wanted to do it was make shorts in Dreams
Yeah.
and then use those as pitch material.
Yeah, because
like-
that's kind of what I wanted to do too.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and use it as pitch material for actual projects with outside studios, developers, whatever. And but if someone, because I just entered into some thing where the prize is like $10,000, and it was like, give us a log line, and if you have a log line, like if we pick you, we'll give you $10,000, and tell us how you would use it. I was like, well, if I were to win it, I'd bring it to Dreams.
Yeah.
I'd like for $10,000, I'd straight up be like, yo, I'm a get the top people I can find, be like, do you want to make some actual money?
Make this. I got money.
Yeah, real talk. I mean, everybody moves for money. I mean, let's
Make
just
sure
be
you have
real.
a cigar when you ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, do you want this money? Do you want this money? You take this money. But that's the thing. Money outside of that means nothing to me. So it wouldn't be like $10,000, and I'd try to make it with $5,000. I'd throw it all at the project. If somebody was like, it's going to take me at least $2,000 to work on this, I'd be like, oh well, as long as we're under contract saying you're gonna complete it, $2,000. Like, I don't care about that. I just want to make stuff. And so yeah, I think that's what Dreams. I know this isn't my interview, but this is but that's
I
what
like listening. I like
that's
it.
what Dreams kind of is for me, is that if I can build what I hope to achieve within Dreams, I'm fine with that. But also, if Dreams can produce things to allow me to move not really away from Dreams, but into a different form, it can be that too. And I'm still in the middle of gauging how people feel about like using things in dreams outside of dreams, because like I said, it's we've been over it the past 3 episodes, I think, of my whole thing with how I feel about dreams, as well as what happened to me before. I'm sure Dorian will remind if need be, but yeah. So I mean, I feel like dreams is a pathway to outside of dreams as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, Media Molecule encourages it. They encourage you to export, your video and stuff. They obviously tell you to just use the share feature to get it out, but they do encourage you to use it. I mean, it even states it on the game. Your IPs are your own.
When you said share feature, your face.
When you said share feature, there's a blue, like that's where my face got crinkled, and it's because I'm like, do they like, are they open to exporting? Because why on a normal PlayStation 4, I still have the normal PlayStation 4. I wasn't about to drop for PS Pro because it's just not going to do it. But I'm like, why can't I get this video to YouTube at 1080? What is the technical thing stopping me from taking this thing from Dreams? I'm sitting here looking at my 4K TV. I'm just like, yeah, let me get this joint over to, I'm licking my lips. I'm LL Cool J. I'm like, let me get let me get this joint over to that that YouTube, and I'm gonna export. I'm gonna take that joint in. Yeah, I'm like, it's Dune, baby, and it like, when I first saw that I could only get it out in 720, and just how off that looked compared to what I had been working on, I was just so upset.
I think music wise is probably the best thing right now.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing to export.
Yeah, to make music in Dreams and then export it, like, is fine. But like making a logo or something like that in Dreams doesn't seem like it's something I can use.
Yeah, like I said, the whole thing just before with how I had to go off of my exports, and then seeing that drop in quality, I'm like, yuck. It doesn't look great. Yeah, like it doesn't look great because I'm new at all this. But I was really proud of what I had done, even though I couldn't put it on the Dreamiverse. And then
That's all that matters. Let me hug you. Give me a hug.
And then I put it onto the fucking YouTube so I could try to piece together everything I could. And it's just like,
well, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm right here. Right?
Look. I got my own shoulders. I'll cry on my own chest. Thank you. No, but no. It's just it was a little. I really just want to know the technology behind it. I really do. I want to know why I can't export it like past 720p. Does anybody know?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm just reading the comments and Dorian saying James is keeping a tight ship on all the info about our project, and he says, when are we going to get any info or teasers or something? Because we've been discussing our project since episode 1.
What is this project?
I am keeping a tight ship because I am very meticulous when it comes to how things look and how things work, and if it's not right, and
are you a
can't get it,
perfectionist as well?
Yes, I'm very much a perfectionist.
Dude,
if it's not right, I will literally make them start from scratch, and we'll do it again until it looks the way it looks.
That's the way to do it though, because like the anti-gravity stuff I got going right now on Dreams, that's the 3rd time I've just completely deleted everything I've done and then made it again, and this is the best version. So
and
I don't know.
It's not that it's in a mean way. It's that I just know our team. We've got a great team, and I know that we can create something amazing. So I will settle for nothing less than what I know our team can create. Yeah. And what I will say is we are working on something to show you guys, because I know a lot of you do want to see what we're working on.
Yes, we are.
I'm hoping within the next, let's just say maybe this month, I'm hoping to be able to show you something.
All right.
And it won't be much, but it's enough for you to sink your teeth into.
Ooh, okay. Look at that.
Yum.
Yeah.
So, but yes. I'm gonna tell you, man, I slept really poorly last night. Like, no, I know.
Yeah, you were worried about this interview, huh? You're like, oh shit, we're gonna get popped, we're gonna lose all our viewership.
I'm like, this guy has so much clout. He's just gonna come and he's just gonna put both balls on the table and be like, "Get it right, guys," and we're gonna get it wrong. And that's, but we're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, don't even know Lady Lobster. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, but everybody knows that I outside of my day job, like I am so behind in the who's and the what's as far as dreams goes. Like I'm still trying to make my way through everything and just pick up as much as I can. So the easiest way to do that for me is to talk to you. So are you having fun so far? Is this working for you?
Yes.
You a little more enthusiasm?
Do you want me to act like I'm nervous? Yeah.
No. You decide to ask the question an hour 15 into the episode.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Because you know we gotta get because if we need to step it up for this last 10 minutes, we gotta step it up, bro.
Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah.
So
you want to hear?
What is your, and I think I've asked a form of this question, but I kind of want to push further. What is your end game for dreams?
My biggest, so everything I'm making is building up to my personal game, Shifthead. I don't know if you guys know about that one.
Shifthead, yes.
I don't, but I want to hear about it.
Is this the game where you can change heads?
Yes, that's the one. So everything I'm doing now is actually stuff I'm going to be putting into my personal game, and that's going to be like the last game I make. You know, like the last one on the 10-year thing. It's going to be that game. And Shifthead is something that I'm really excited for because it's kind of like an FU to Nintendo for taking down my Mario. Because like I was, you know what I was gonna do with this Mario figure? I was just making a Twitch thing so you guys could see through the creation process of a character, right? But little did I know that the Dreamiverse was going to take this character and make things like Mario with a gun, Mario taking LSD, and stuff like this. So that's why it got taken down. So now in retaliation, I'm making a game that's similar to Mario, where each head is a different ability, and the big antagonist is a company called Nincompoop, and it's like made out. Yeah, it's made out exactly like Nintendo's, or almost exactly like Nintendo's logo, except they're orange. And then the base like story is going to be that this person, Crafthead, and his lovely wife, Lady Craft, are a team of like robot makers, and they've actually made robot suits for everyone because everyone in this universe has like they're just a head, you know, like they don't have a body. So they made the universe's like bodies, right? So they were making an animatronic and this is like kind of a jab to Disney and Nintendo, for Flimsy Studios, their theme park. Nincompoop needs a mascot for it, so they're gonna make like their version of Mario's mascot, and Nincompoop comes and steals the robot that they were making for themselves and says that they made it and everything. So it's kind of convoluted, but pretty much Nincompoop is stealing stuff and saying it's theirs, even though people are putting their hearts in everything that they're making. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to make it.
The chat is really. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but the chat seems like they want this game ASAP. Like you got that groundswell.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna be in it too. Like I'm putting Typhus's head in there too. So. Typhus is actually going to be, his backstory so far is that he signed up for a drilling company because he thought they were digging a hole to hell. And then when he found out that they weren't, like, it's a hell hole, but not the hell hole he wanted, that's what he's going to say. And like, you got to help him pretty much ruin this, like, that's going to be the mining version of it because I didn't like my job. So I'm kind of like bashing on mining. So that's going to be where you help Typhus escape and you get Typhus's head and shit like that. So, and then Acert's he's got like an old Mac computer as a head because he wants to be a computer engineer, and his is all puzzle oriented. So a lot of the streamers that you're seeing are going to be in the game, and like the stuff that you do with that streamer is kind of based around them. So that's why everyone's all excited for it, because I got everything like planned out, but everything I'm making right now is working towards it. Like the anti-gravity stuff is going to be one of the heads as well. I'm working on like grapple hooks, kind of like Spider-Man kind of logic for one of the heads, and then I have like basic heads like drilling and stuff like that.
So I have one request.
Yes.
Is your logo going to be a head? Are we going to have the
that's the main character.
That's the main character. Okay, yeah. It just seems to make sense that isn't it, because it's you.
Yeah, so I have this new animation where, because what changes your head is actually a brush that you have that the character invented, and he can swipe that brush across his head, and the animation is that his head, like, since it's paint, it just like splats outwards and then like collapses back into the form of the head that you chose. So
nice.
Wow.
That is
very
that sounds so
animation
sexy
and stuff then.
Yeah, I can't wait to show it off.
And what I'm assuming this is 2022, 2023 game.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a while, because I have to put everything that I've learned into this one. Like,
and are you creating this on your own, or have you got other people helping you on this project?
I haven't scouted for people outside of voice actors just yet. I know Elka said that he might be part of the project too. So like once we finish like some stuff, we're gonna start working on my game. Yeah.
You've mentioned voice actors, so Will's just gonna segue right into that now, because Will does some amazing voiceover, so he's just gonna slowly segue himself into that now.
Yeah, yes, he will pull me into it, but yes, I would love to do. I'm doing voices for, like, I think there's 7 games now that are holding voices from me that I've sent to them. I was so happy. I was so happy about it. I got to voice Martin Nevelong's Superman video, and that was everything. And so if you need voices, all
right, I will
keep my number.
I'll definitely give you a call if I need some voices, because that sounds like fun.
Oh, so fun.
You're gonna love the lines too, like all of them. It's all kind of like on the edge of is this good for kids or not?
Oh, that's so Will straight.
Yeah.
Give
it to that dark bastard. Yes.
You're gonna. It's pretty much like one of the big influences is gonna be like Conker's Bad Fur Day. I don't know if you played that game.
Yes.
But like, so a lot of Move Me references. Not too much swearing. Not as much swearing as in Conker, but I think it'd be really fun to make like a cutesy game that's pretty fucked up.
Something that I saw fucked up on Dreams. Have you guys saw? I can't remember the name of it. Eddie actually showed it to me. There's like this Disney massacre kind of thing where where Mickey and Minnie is like got a chainsaw to one of the other Disney characters and chopping them up, and it's so gruesome.
So and
it's so horrible, and I'm like, how has Disney not shut this down yet?
They're so
going
to.
You're telling them now. Stop.
As soon as it gets more like representation, that's when Disney same thing that Nintendo did, where they came and just copy struck all of the Mario stuff. That's what they're gonna do.
I don't understand why people create that kind of stuff in the first place. I don't get the mentality of it. Eddie's just mentioned it was Winnie the Pooh. That's right. So,
God,
they literally like chainsawed him and took off his legs and beat him with a baseball bat. And it was really, but the thing is, it was really well animated. It was really well made. The voice acting was amazing, but the theme was just fucked up. And it's just like, well, why didn't you put all this amazing skill into something original and amazing, you know? And it's just like, I was just like, Disney's gonna knock on your door after that show.
That's the only thing I don't like. That if it was original, then yes, that's fine. But the fact that it's Disney and like you're trying to bring attention to something that's already kind of like muddy with copyright is kind of like the stupid thing. Yeah, because I did
But
not expect
you
all
could,
the stuff that happened with Mario.
I mean, you could say the same with Avatar, though,
Yeah.
that you're working on. I
Yeah,
mean, it's quite
luckily,
controversial, but
yeah.
you know,
Luckily I haven't seen anything Avatar related on the Dreamverse that's been pretty bad yet. So, and like most of the stuff is kind of like the game that we're making, and it's obviously from the fan base, so that's why it's the biggest one. But like I said, a lot of the Mario stuff, like I don't know if you watched any of the people playing Mario games in Dreams, but most of the ones pulled up were pretty inappropriate for Mario games.
yep.
Yeah, so that's why Nintendo took such a big issue, because if you look up Aang or anything, it's just going to pull up our stuff.
And I don't know. For me, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I have an issue with people recreating IPs. I just think why take someone else's creation when you can
Yeah.
create your own? That's to me that's the whole point of Dreams, is to come up with new stuff and create the games that you want to see. And you could also say the same for like Avatar, for instance. You're trying to create the game that you never got, and I
Yeah.
get that. That's totally understandable, and I understand the reason why you're creating that. But things like Mario, there's like so many Mario games,
Yeah.
and the formula of Mario is always the same. It's just a different theme. So
Yeah, that's honestly why I chose to make Mario, because I needed to learn the tool set, and picking something so familiar was what allowed me to get the tools down in Dreams.
Yeah, and
So
I understand that.
once I finished that, then I wasn't really interested in making a Mario game. Like I just wanted to make a puppet and show people how to make it, so that way the tutorial is like, you know what the end result needs to look like. So that way when you're going through my tutorial, you see how I get to that end result. Because if I'm making a custom character, then I can just make a crappy looking run or a crappy punch and be like, that's it, you know, ta-da. But if I'm trying to show you something that is well known, you know what it's supposed to run like, you know how high it's supposed to jump, what it's supposed to do, and I show you how to make it do that, then I feel like that would have been a better teaching tool. And that's the only reason why I made him.
And from your perspective, I understand that, but I can see why people are drawn to creating Mario within Dreams because of its simplicity. I mean, you look at any Mario game, the formula is pretty much the same. I mean, if you exclude things like Mario Sunshine, where he's got the water gun stuff, but the majority of the Mario games, you know, the formula is the same. His mechanics are always the same, and I think that's what draws people to it, is because they can recreate something they know so well because it's so simple. But I've seen so many attempts to create a like-for-like version of Mario games within Dreams, and it just really pisses me off. It just really annoys me.
I honestly don't agree with it either. Like after I made that Mario, like I released it, I honestly regretted it because of all the stuff that I saw coming out. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of stupid. I don't know why I did this. So now, like, that's focusing more on like Button Man and Invocation and stuff like that. And then the only IP stuff I have is stuff that's like really challenging my animations, and I don't plan to release it anymore. You know, like, so the Avatar stuff, we're not releasing that to the community because there's no reason for you to have the Avatar Aang puppet and then make something that Avatar Aang wouldn't do. And then same thing with like Iron Giant. The only reason I made Iron Giant is because the animations for that transformation, I always wanted to make a puppet that would move around like a puppet but could transform into something else. And that really taught me that I could do it. I could pull it off in Dreams. So any idea that I go with is just in order to learn something, because I know what it's supposed to look like. So
and that makes total sense. It makes total sense. But I saw a guy stream literally a couple of days ago, actually, like, and he mentioned in the description of his Mario game that he spent over 200 hours to perfect a 1-to-1 ratio of Mario 3D World, and he's got extremely close, like extremely close. Apart from obviously the super polished graphics of a Nintendo game, he's pretty much he's pretty much nailed it. But at the same time, I'm like, well, why have you spent over 200 hours recreating something that's already out?
Yeah, like you reskin that stuff. Like the Mario that I'm making, I reskinned into my own Shift Head game, and I'm honestly having much more fun coming up with my own storylines and scenarios rather than making a Mario game. So I see a reason to do it, and then also, like, once you've done it, just learn from it and make your own stuff.
Yeah.
So
Or
I get very salty with that.
Yeah.
very, very salty. Very.
No, don't worry. Typhus is here too. Let's see. Typhus, yeah, I have a lot of opinion on stuff. Yeah, yeah. Typhus is the same thing.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we have reached the end.
What?
Yeah,
Already?
Yes,
man.
already.
That was quick.
Time flew.
Yeah.
That's what
If you-
happens when you rant about Mario.
I mean, unless we wanted to go back in talking about, the video game aspect of stuff and getting Jammy all hot and bothered.
Oh, no, let's not.
That's
Ooh.
not okay. Well then, I guess do you want to give an inspirational, closer?
Not really.
No.
What
You don't
would be
wanna
my
tell
inspirational thing.
I don't know.
Go
Tell
out
people.
there. Go
Yeah,
out there
yeah.
and be somebody.
There you go. In dreams. Don't be anybody in
yeah.
real
Oh,
life.
yeah,
Just
don't.
be somebody in
Yeah.
dreams.
Just in dreams.
I don't know.
Dreams
like,
is where it really matters.
if you're creative, then Dreams is definitely the platform for you because you can make anything you want. And honestly, like that's how the Little Big Planet series. That's how I start. I wasn't excited for it in the beginning. My brother was the one that brought me to Little Big Planet. So yeah, and he ended up not liking it. Like he pre-ordered it and he's like, "Oh, this game's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it." I'm like, "I don't know, dude. It doesn't look that fun." And I ended up being the one that would play it nonstop, making things, and he gave up on it really quickly. So it's really weird. I'm here by accident.
Well, we're glad you were here by accident.
Definitely.
Give in to peer pressure. That's my
Oh no.
my takeaway.
Well, clearly, you have 9 games you're working on. It's quite obvious. that you,
Give in
you
to peer
lean into-
pressure.
Can we convince you to join us?
Maybe if I finish one of these projects, I want to have no more than 9 because that seems like to be the good number for me.
I don't know. I feel like you can handle
Yeah,
10.
No,
I'm
no,
just-
I think 9's all right.
I feel like I don't know why I have this feeling, but
No, 9's good.
but yeah. So, let's see here. We have Verbal Creative said, "I have never been more inspired by the lack of piece of craft inspirational talk."
I just don't. I'm not like that. You know?
Yeah, you don't see yourself as above other people and able to teach them life lessons.
Yeah. I'm down to
Yeah.
earth. Yeah.
Down to earth in the dirt, baby, in the dirt. No.
Rolling around in that mud. Me
Oh,
and Will
no.
and
Oh,
yeah,
oh, no.
rolling together. Oh yeah.
Yeah, roll together. Don't forget two lip licks.
Yeah, two lip.
Two lip licks. That's how good it is.
Dirty. I toss
All right.
mud to your face and you look at me. I'm just kidding.
So, wow, you went into a whole fanfic there for a second.
Everybody write the fanfic. I want to hear it. I want the fanfic on my channel when I stream
Oh
later
my
today. I want
God.
to see it.
Indeed. Well, with that, I
Yeah.
think
Let's end on that note.
I think we've reached our title. It's not wholesome anymore, and
I think he's made it justice.
yes. So,
I told you.
you did. Jamie, do you have any words for the people? I don't want what happened last week to happen this week, where I try to end the show and then y'all keep talking.
Okay, I will say just keep an eye on the Lucid Nebula Studios Twitter because we will be dropping some hints soon about what we might or might not be showing, but something is coming, so make sure to follow and just be ready.
And I just posted in the chat all the link trees for both Lucid and me personally. And follow all around. And I'll see most of you on Twitter as well as on Twitch. So thank you for joining us again. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and dip us out to, I'll let the fans choose. It's All-Star or Mr. Wushi? We're going to end it there.
Say Mr. Wushi's on.
Yep.
It seems
So-
Mr. Wushi's always streaming when we're doing the podcast.
He's
which is nice.
actually I haven't seen him on for a while, and he's been streaming a lot more. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. Well, I guess Mr. Wushi it is. So, so catch everybody later. Love you all.
Bye. Jamie, lip snack. Come on.
Go,
One
yeah,
more.
give it. There we
yeah,
go.
there it is.
Yeah, like a starched, unpuckered butthole. Yeah.
Ooh.
No,
Jesus.
It's a little
Jesus
dry.
Christ.
Put some chapstick. Yeah.
Yeah, put some chap on them lips. Oh God, this is getting out of control.
God, this
all right,
is too much.
Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna
Yeah, let's go.
bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Wushi.